Hey everybody, this is Mike Fifer. I'm here at the Southern New Mexico N-Scalers layout. We're going to do a small video today just showing you guys what we've accomplished and hopefully update the website. Let's take a look. Okay everybody, here we are at the north end of the layout. I'm just going to take a picture. Carl's working on trying to get the base in the river that was started by Ross and Dennis. We're trying to make a little bit of headway there. These structures here, as I've said in pictures and videos before, they're just kind of sitting out here. We don't know where they're actually going to go. And I'm going to walk around here on the back side of Carl.
Yeah, the better half.
And we'll just show you this area here. Really all that's been done here is just adding some of the trees we already had to this area on the mountain. We're planning on buying some more trees and putting more foliage up there. A lot of base scenery on here. I'm going to pause for a minute and I'm going to show you what our latest purchase was here. Okay everybody, I know this is New Mexico, but and a lot of you have been having some really bad weather, but this is our latest purchase. We need some way to get heat fast in the building, and this little guy works pretty well and real quick in conjunction with the electric heaters that we're using. And of course over there in the corner is our sign, which I think you've seen in pictures. Kind of a lot of stuff just laying around right now. There's one of our electric heaters. We've got a couple of tables down here that we have a lot of Cato Unitrack sorted out on. Dick down there is working on his dock. We'll go down there and take a look at that in a couple of minutes. But now I'm just going to pan around over here, try and get the camera up high so you can kind of see what's going on, overall view. And I'm going to come over here to the area I've been working on, putting in some ghost town buildings and so forth here. We've got I put in a siding here that's on the outside main line, and we'll come through this town area here. We're pretty sure that the grain elevator is going to stay there, but the rest of these buildings are kind of up in the air. Put this little divider hump in between the bypass track back there, which you can see. Once you get down at eye level here, you can see that it kind of blocks out that track. Now I'm going to move around over here on the other side of the kid stand. Okay, what you're looking at here is there's a siding that Carl put in here. You can see it there for the oil refinery. He's got a bunch of his chain link fence in now around the whole refinery. A lot of detail work going on in there. The siding here on the left that goes out to the edge of the layout is the one that turns and goes through the new town area and then diagonally across. And by the way, it goes around the hill back there and then ties back into the main line. I forgot to take a picture of the double crossover we stuck in over there to be able to access that. You can see that Carl's siding from the oil refinery here goes around that little hill there, and then we built the hill back here behind the oil refinery that kind of just acts as a view block between everything from the end of the refinery on back. And we just got that stuff generally painted today, and I think it looks pretty good. Ties everything together. Now we're going to head over on the other side of the refinery. Okay, here we are on the other side of the refinery, and you can see that there's an awful lot going on in there. Lots and lots of chain link fence. I'm sure Carl can attest to that. He's been building fence for months. Storage tanks, pump facility for the pipeline, buildings, cranes, all kinds of things here going on. Microwave towers on top of the hill. Carl just put in these rocks here. We have an intention of in between those rocks there, you can see it's kind of flat. We have intentions of a road coming from the other end of the layout, and in between these two tracks here, there's actually a road coming across there. It'll come off of that road, up through that hill, around that hill, and we're thinking about a bridge over the tracks and down into that town over there, and then eventually off the layout at that particular point. If I swing back around here, We've got this grain building that was donated to us, and we're thinking about possibly putting a siding on that track that's right directly behind the building there and putting it somewhere in this flat area, but we're not positive on that yet. We're kind of in the river mode. Dick just got done putting the base in his river here. The river will basically cross all of the tracks, all of the mainline tracks front and back, and eventually dump out right here into the dock that he's building. And if we walk around, you can kind of see how the dock is going to be laid out. We have a car ferry. There'll be some structures, I believe, on that dock there. And his siding comes along. You can see the siding coming along here. There's a dead-end track on that siding to park awaiting cars to be picked up. And then he's got the sidings coming into the dock areas. This building he built from scratch. Real nice job. He's getting the seawalls or the pier walls put up here around the edge today. Got pins holding them in place, as you can see. Now let me swing around to the last leg of the layout. Okay, I didn't swing around very much, but I thought I'd mention in between these two tracks right here, you see that we have a loop that goes way out there. There's a couple of little goofy looking airplanes over there, and some more oil buildings or oil refinery buildings or structures here. They were donated to the club. However, they're not going to stay there. This whole area, we have kind of an intention of making an airport. The hangar facilities and taxiway and maybe a little restaurant and some things will be here. It'll all be mounted on a piece of masonite, and then the runway will head down this way and in down there by the hill. Now, if I swing back around here, Kelly has been working on this area here. Although he's unhappy with these roads here, he's going to, from what I understand, he's going to pull them up and narrow them up somewhat. And there's random buildings just sitting in here. Some of these are, I think, where they're going to stay. I believe a few of these are going to stay here. But what we have here is the two main lines you can see I'm parallel with right now. You can see that there's 3 tracks going down there to a rail repair building. There are a couple of industries along this siding here. There's a piece of track that comes across here and goes back into a couple of lines that go through the center of the industrial area of the town. And then the track that's on the far right here is the actual siding that goes around the outside of the town. And of course that's where the depot is. And we come on down here, and on that straight piece of track you can see where our icing facility will be, or is. Freight building here, another freight building. Then the main lines go around the corner here, and I'll take you back to the staging yard. Okay, and then here's a shot. Dick is working still on his pier walls there, and we come down here, and if I get kind of like this, these are the bypass tracks that go down and are between that hump that we put down there, and these are the tracks that would allow the outer main line to bypass the mountain and actually go into, I don't know if you can see them from here, there's some tunnel portals down there, and actually go around the back side of the mountain, but we'll show you that when we get down there. The actual 2 main lines are here where this bridge is. The track that you see coming off, if I swing back around like this, comes back around and goes back to the same track. That is a reversing loop. It's one of the reversing loops we have on the layout. And of course all of these bridges here will go back in, as well as a highway bridge to take care of the highway that we intend on putting from where the airport area was over there all the way down to the other town there. We have a double crossover ahead of the yard. I think you guys have seen all this before. But we have 6 lines or 6 storage tracks that are about 25 or 28 feet long. So we have plenty of room to store trains. If I get over here, now you can kind of get an idea of where where the bypass track goes down and goes into the mountain down there. In fact, I'll walk down this way. There's actually two different bypasses. One allows you to bypass everything altogether, which would be the right-hand track here. Then you can see that there's a little crossover that goes into another tunnel portal. That is off of the same line, but allows you to do two of the loops, the first two loops that come out of the layout there, and then bypass the mountain instead of bypassing everything altogether. And I'll take you back here and show you the back of that. Okay, here's where the those two tunnels dump out, and you can see that they actually come together and go to one track that goes right through the back of the staging yard and bypasses the loop. We can't see it from here because we put black fabric up to keep the light from getting into the tunnel portals in the front, but take my word for it, it's there. Actually, there's a piece of it right there. Comes around, you can see it comes out from the black, goes behind the yard here, goes all the way down there, and this is the outer, I think this is the outer track, or no, this is the inner track loop that dumps back out on the front of the layout. All of our cleaning car material, of course the back side of the scenery here, not too interesting. Our yard tracks all come back together in this area right here, and you can see that the two main lines go out through that tunnel portal there that's straight ahead, and the bypass track goes out through a tunnel portal over here on the edge. And then if I take the camera up here, I don't know if we can see that too good. Anyway, there's the river going down to the dam where the power plant is, which I'll get a little picture of in a second. And there's a track down in there that goes out through another tunnel portal. I'll try and swing around here and show you all of that, how that comes together. Okay, there's where the two main lines come out. There's where the bypass track comes out on the left, and on the right is where the outer main line actually comes out the tunnel. Now we're going to swing around here. And now we've made it all the way back around to where Carl's working on the river. Now let me take you up there and show you the hydroelectric plant and see if there's anything else I forgot. Here's something that Carl's been keeping track of, or we've been keeping track of. I think Dick made this first picture, and then I think Carl made this second one, I believe. But anyways, this was us, as you can read, maybe September 5th of 12. Before the first fair. And if I move over here, this is us in 2013, 10/4 of 13. And as you can see, there's been quite a bit of change. But I think we're going to kind of make it a practice now of just taking a picture every year of the way it looks from this particular angle. We've kind of gotten in this routine here, and I think it'll be interesting to see that over the years. Okay, not finished by any means, but here's what I mean by the hydroelectric plant is right below the dam. The dam has the water coming down from the mountain area. Of course, we don't have any trees or anything, not much foliage going on up there yet. Kind of come down here and we basically ran out of trees. But I'll take you over here and give you a shot of the deadfall and stuff that's in there. You can't really see it from way far away. Our aspen trees up at the top. We may even wind up putting a little bit of snow up there at the top. I don't know. That's undecided yet. Just panning around at some of the tree scenery here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I'm going to try and clip this thing down. We got about 25 minutes of video here. I'm going to try and clip it down into something manageable. But I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll do it again whenever we make a little more progress and try to do it a little more often. But thanks for watching.